My name is Stephen Rafferty. You're watching These Are Questions. This is the interview show where I ask people questions about things, life, and such not. And today's guest is a talented multi-individual, multi-instrumental artist, and he is a talented bass player. He's a Grammy Award, Grammy not. You know what? I'm going to redo my intro.
Soon come. Say it.
I was doing so good, but then I just broke. Ah. He's a Grammy.
Put it in there.
Grammy-nominated artist. He's a super talented musician. He goes by the name Mr. Grooveology. Please welcome the one and only Darion Alexander. Darion, welcome to These Are Questions.
How you doing? Appreciate you having me here. Looking forward to this.
Thank you for being a part of These Are Questions, and my bad for slowly botching into this episode, but it wouldn't be These Are Questions without me botching anything on this show, so mazel tov.
All right. Cool.
So, before we get into the show itself, let me explain the rules of These Are Questions. Darion, I'm going to ask you a series of questions based on your career and aspirations, along with a mixture of questions that are borderline idiotic and, well, randomly stupid.
All right.
I'm
with it.
I felt that hesitation there for a second there.
No. We are here. Let's go. I'm all for it.
All right, cool. Awesome. Darion, are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Internet/musicians/botchers, are you ready? Hear it somewhere. A faint bass play sound. Maybe it's Michael Sierra playing on the bass. Maybe revising his Walter Scott Pilgrim. You just hear the dun 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 dun, just signaling that it's ready, you know?
Yep.
With that in mind, let's officially begin our These Are Questions interview.
Right.
So thank you so much for being a part of These Are Questions. I really do appreciate it. You are incredibly talented in your musical endeavors and musical works. You're very welcome. You've practiced and created a variety of different tracks with various instruments from what I've had the chance to listen with your works. Explain to everyone here on These Are Questions a little bit about yourself and tell us what's your favorite instrument to play.
Well, I'm originally from Youngstown, Ohio. I started playing bass when I was 12. Musical family as well. Always had a record player on no matter what. So the record player was a third parent for me in a way, or a fourth parent. Bass is my main instrument. I play key bass. I do play a little bit of keys in my tracks, certain ones, and other ones like I'll just find a really good sample pack to use, etc. Just whatever tools seem to be appropriate for whatever idea I'm working on.
Okay. So whatever fits what you're trying to achieve with the musical track or the musical piece you're trying to create. So whatever fits best.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. That's cool. And as mentioned in my botched intro, you are a Grammy-nominated artist, soon to be a Grammy Award-winning artist. We're going to manifest that here on These Are Questions, okay? Minus the botch there. What was the track or project that got you that distinction?
This track was on who I play for currently, Reese Palmer. Was a country soul artist, and her writing partner, Brian, I believe his name is Brian Owens. The track was entitled Little Black Girl, Little Black Boy. And I remember the session, I can't remember what year, but the song didn't have a bridge yet. And I asked, hey, I have an idea. And we went in to record. The next day I brought it up. We went through it and they loved it. So I got added on as a co-writer. And then much later, that song became a part of this compilation with this group called All One Tribe, which is a collective of different writers, vocalists, musicians. And it made that album that also got a Grammy nomination for Children's Album of the Year. So that's how all of that came about. So I think everybody on that project got a Grammy nomination.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, congratulations on there. That's no easy feat. Getting nominated alone is incredibly challenging and difficult, and trying to get the promotion and trying to get into it is not easy at all. And you already have a taste of the nomination there. Next is going to be that award. It's coming now. If you already got nominated, like the next is the award, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna keep at it. You know what I'm saying? Keep at it and make it happen as best as I can.
That's all you could do. You just got to keep at it, keep grinding into it, and then you never know where things can lead to you. And you've already got half the battle already with the nomination, so you just got to finish the other half.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Oh yeah, appreciate it, man. It's a great opportunity working with Reese as well as Brian and this also Reese's band. We're called The Smoke as well. So it's a really dope unit. I'm happy to be a part of. It's been some years too, so I love it.
I'm glad you love it, and like you keep on pushing and through it. And then, like I said, you never know what's gonna happen. Things are gonna benefit into the future. So like, let's make it happen. Next time I see you, second time I see you, I'm gonna see that Grammy right in the back, mantled head face right
in the
there.
mantle.
Absolutely. And then like, there's gonna be a small little plaque corner of like my words, me screwing up the intro there as like a little side plate there, just to say like this happened on this episode, and I manifested for you to get the award. So you know.
I tell you what, when I at my speech, I will give you a shout out. You've heard it here. Because you said it, so I will give a shout out. I will.
Okay. All right. I can't wait. Now it's gonna happen.
It's going to happen.
It's gonna happen. Oh, it's
awesome. That is so awesome. I love it.
Welcome to These Are Questions. Hey. Going to my next question, and it's in the realm of music, specifically into the realm of rap, because one of my favorite rappers is a gentleman by the name of MF Doom. Love him. He's great. My question I want to ask you is that, can MF Doom beat Doom, the supervillain, in an MF multiverse rap battle?
Absolutely. MF Doom, let's see here. I have to answer this carefully. So to me, MF Doom, like you got your regular like Doom, right?
Yes.
From the comics, Fantastic Four, who's just, it is what it is. But MF Doom was like that Super Saiyan, whatever the last level of Super Saiyan is, that's what it is. So MF Doom wins hands down because his power, it's like, he's just like limitless, almost like what Thanos is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like
his rhyme scheme.
No, I was gonna say like Thanos, but for rap.
Yeah, Thanos for rap. And is like, if you listen to my favorite MF Doom track, what's the one with Mad Lib on that? Accordion.
Oh yeah.
His flow on that, and not Ray Dawn. What's the other one? I did a remake of it. I can't remember the name of it right now, but yeah, there was no stopping him, man. He just transformed and
everything transformed and showcased everything on there, and like that's why he's one of the all-time greats. So yeah, I could see that definitely happening there.
Unorthodox is what I was trying to say.
Yes, he absolutely
and that's
is.
What I loved about him.
He absolutely is. He's a very unique performer in that sense, and very unorthodox. The way he sampled his music and his beats and taking it from old comic shows and TV shows, and really kind of transcape, I would say, like Adult Swim to an extent, because like he took a lot of his stuff from Adult Swim cartoons too, and like old 50s and 60s tunes, and he was remixed that and make his own beats and synergies there, and it's impressive. It's so good.
They used this music for, remember the like in between shorts, it would just be a black screen. They had something on there like Flying Lotus music made it on there. I think maybe an MF Doom track or two was on there. I know Raid was on the episode of the Boondocks.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
During the fight scene, it was epic. I loved it.
Just like the epic rap battle that MF Doom and Doom would have. It would just be amazing.
Yeah, he would destroy. Absolutely.
He would destroy. And, you know, before I go on my next question, my favorite track from him is probably Raf Snitches, Canisius. You know, not just because of the song itself, but also the instrumental, Coffin Nails, because it's just so good. It's just, you can play it anywhere, and just like, it just fits the context of anything.
Yeah, and Phasers too. That's my other one. I think it's, I don't know if it's a Flash Gordon movie track where he's saying follow the light is your guide, or it may come from like a real old space movie, but Phasers is really good too.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
so that's awesome. Let me go into my next question. The next question I want to ask you is that Darion, do you know how many words are currently in the English dictionary?
It has never crossed my mind. A lot. I'm gonna answer it that way. I've never had that thought. I was like, if I was on Jeopardy, it'd be
Well, I can. Would you like to know the exact number?
Yeah, I
Because I
would
have
like
it.
to know. Yeah,
Okay.
let's go.
Okay. So, as of this recording, which this episode's going to come out in August, but we're recording it on July 25th. As of July 25th, 2023, there are currently 171,146 words in the English dictionary.
And still going, I
You're right.
imagine. Yeah.
Maybe by the time this airs, there might be two more words. There might be 171,148 words. You know,
That's
or
wild.
it is wild. Or maybe it'll be 171,150 words. Or maybe 1,171,000 Brazilian gazillion trillion 47 words. I don't know.
I'll go with a bit that. I can't even say a gazillion words by now. Like somebody's literally stressed out writing in the book, like frustratingly.
Yes, right now, like right away, just going
Right.
wickedly.
I
Yes.
know, right?
Yeah, some interns doing that right now. Some paid intern or unpaid intern probably.
Unpaid.
Yeah, probably.
That's how it starts, right?
That's how it starts. You gotta work your way up. You gotta spell all the words and create new words, and then you can edit the words and get a little bit of compensation. But when you start,
Sure.
yeah. When you start,
That's wild, man.
it is. So this next question is a question that I've been asking every single guest here on These Are Questions Season 6. And I would like for you to pick a team. Choose one team. Team Alpha or Team Omega.
So there's no small hint of a situation. I just have to choose.
Just choose one.
Team. Okay. Team Omega.
Okay. Any reasoning? You just like it? Just
because we're all going for the end result, which is either to win something, to establish something, be it ourselves or creation, a project. We're all going for the end result. It's one thing to get it started, but to actually follow through and see it through, that's the ultimate goal. Like just like life, like we're here to live, help a few others along the way, eat snacks, and die. Like
put that on a t-shirt. Live, eat snacks, die.
Die. Yeah. that's my take on it. That's why I chose Omega. That's how I feel about it anyway.
Okay, I like that. That's good. That's good logic there. I like that
Thank
insight.
you.
You're welcome. I like that insight and perspective there. So and it's gonna help a lot because I want you to remember that for the end of our season 6 because it's gonna play a bigger role into the end. So just remember what you choose. Okay.
Hey, all right.
We'll come back later. I promise.
Got it.
And it won't be botched. It won't be botched.
All right, man.
So going back to your music and going back to your creation of your music, I would like to ask, how do you break down the process of creating a track?
You always start out, pick a BPM of choice. For me, it starts out with how I'm feeling, what I'm hearing in my head, patterns. Then I establish like a melody. I go for the melody more than anything, or like chords.
Okay.
And that will open my mind up further, find a good drum loop, or sometimes I'll play it myself. And everything else just falls into place with like you start layering things and trying different effects and panning also. Just to give it like I want people to like really be in a different world when they listen to my music or musical collaborations. I want them to really have their headphones on and just go somewhere else for a little bit.
Okay, I like that. I like that mindset. Like you're traveling to a different world to an extent, and like imagining what you're feeling with your music. Like you're transported to something different. This is a different vibe. It's getting you out of a certain situation, or maybe you're upset for the day. This is what's gonna keep you in somewhere different perspective.
Yeah. That's the ultimate goal, and a release too. Yeah. The release, like a healthy release.
I like that. Healthy release. That could be the name of your next album there, or next track. Maybe ideas. Write it down.
I'm so serious.
Healthy release. I actually really like that name. No joke. Actually, I'm not even trying to be funny. I actually really like that name for a track.
Steven, are you on ASCAP, my guy?
I'm a question guy, my guy. These are questions, guy.
Got it. 'Cause you were giving me some inspiration, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And speaking of inspiration,
Mhm.
I do have a question on inspiration, but before I ask that question on inspiration, I want to continue on with the track making, but specifically, I want to ask you, when you're creating your sounds and creating your grooves, right? How do you
Mhm.
determine what is a good sound and what is a sound that you think it needs to be improved on? I don't want to say bad, but just something you want to maybe like, "Ah, it's not ready yet. We need to tweak it a little bit." How do you determine that distinction?
I listened to it for a while. I have to shout out my best friend who got me started on beat making. Shout out to Elite Malik, aka AJ Reynolds. He got me started out on beat making, so I have to shout him out. But I'll listen to it on loop for a while. I'll get this from him, and I'll call like Malik
Mhm.
uh, or another homie of mine, and I get their opinion on it. Sometimes, like I'll get an extra opinion, a professional opinion on it, especially who's been in the game like longer than I. You know,
Yeah.
I'll send it to them, and they'll either they'll like it or they'll give me, hey, duck it down in the mix a little bit, or hey man, this is fire, like it's good. You know,
Mhm. I like that.
so
It's good to have another set of, like, I don't want to say eyes in this case, but another set of ears, another set of ears to
yeah,
listen and kind of give constructive criticism. That's
yeah,
good.
I'm thankful for that. Got a good circle of producers and musicians and artists I could trust who will let me know if it's like, nah, this is trash, bro. Like you need to turn that up or whatever the case may be.
I like that. I like that. It's good. It's good that you have that there, and like that collaboration and those different ears can bring in different ideas that can quote unquote inspire you to create something that you wouldn't necessarily think of right away.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so definitely there, and it leads to my inspirational question I want to ask you. See, plug in there, segue. Um,
Good segue.
what's an inspirational, pun intended, piece of advice for aspiring musicians and track makers?
You got to utilize all your talents, no matter what. That's common sense, but uh, somebody told me that a long time ago. Fonte, as a matter of fact, from the foreign exchange group I play for as well. He said, "Man, you got to utilize all your talents, like." Because sometimes as artists and creators, we run into like questioning ourselves too much sometimes, or overthinking an idea, and just feel it and go with it. Really, trust yourself. Don't be afraid to try something different. Don't be afraid to go against the grain you made in your mind. Maybe you know.
Like that. I like that. I think a lot of times artists, whether it be in the musical fields, whether it be in the creative fields, whether it be in the artistic fields, um, sometimes you get a lot of self doubt, and it's like I don't know if this is right for me, or if this is the right beat or the right track or the right art piece or whatever. But then like that's that inner working sometimes. Sometimes you have to kind of let it go and see what everyone else thinks about it, because what you think may be off, other people may love, and then vice versa.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly it.
So sometimes you just got to put it out there and see what happens, and you'll know right away whether it's good or not. You'll know very quickly.
Yes.
So I like that. I like that. And
Yep.
this has been a rapid filled, botch free episode of these are questions. This has been really fun, Darian. It's been fun to talk to you about your
Oh, thank you.
little talents here and what you're doing. And I'm wishing you all the best in moving forward with other projects that you decide to create with. But in these are questions,
I
I have one.
appreciate it.
You're very welcome, brother. You're
Yeah,
very
thank you.
welcome. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Absolutely. I'm here to support. And actually, you know what? Before I even go to my last question, I'm going to shout out Noemi from Noemi Creative Souls,
Yeah, Noemi.
because she's the one that connected us indirectly together through the newsletters
Oh,
and throughout social media and stuff. And she's just like her name, just a wonderful creative soul. And
yes, she is. Yes.
it's always fun to work with her when I get a chance to work with her, and that's how we met indirectly. And look at us now, episodes of These Are Questions.
All the dots are connecting, right?
That's right. See, manifesting. First, it's the creative souls. then it's the botch, then it's the Grammy. You know what I mean? That's
the botch.
There you go.
Sound like a good podcast, man.
It's the best podcast because these are questions.
Yeah.
So I wanted to shout out to her on there directly, but going to my last question, the last question I want to ask you, and these are questions, is Darion, does nonsense make any sense?
Wait, ask that again.
Okay.
Does nonsense make any sense?
Yes, that's the question.
I'm sorry, that threw me off. Okay. Does nonsense make any sense? I'm going with no because it's nonsense. So that is wild.
Save the best for last.
There's no sense in the question. My answer is no for 500, Alex. So I love it. I was totally stunned. I was like, that is wild.
Thank you. I try here on These Are Questions. I try to give a good variety of different questions.
That's good. It keeps things going. I get it. I dig.
Thank you. Keeps things moving.
Yeah.
But with that nonsense-filled botches, our time is over here on These Are Questions.
Oh, really? Dang.
I know it goes so fast. It's rapid fire, and we just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. But I enjoyed it though. This is cool. I need to do more of these at some point.
Yeah. Yes. You need to do all the interviews. Every single interview.
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I mean, like
every so often, I don't mind. I like sharing stories and things that in my background, all of that, long story short. So this was a cool experience.
Thank you. I'm glad. On a serious note, I am glad that you enjoyed this interview here, and it's been a pleasure interviewing you on These Are Questions. So this has been a fun interview. So this has been cool. It's been dope.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. All I just have to say is if there's anything you want to promote, anything you want to talk about, anything you want to say before we close off this interview, the internet floor is yours, Darion. Take it away.
Okay. Shout out to the Genius Party in Raleigh, North Carolina, a group, a big collective of producers and artists. Shout out to The Smoke. Shout out to Reese Palmer, the Foreign Exchange, Zoe, Elite Malik, and and my homie Mako in Sapporo, Japan, who I make beats with, and Creative Souls too. Thank you, Creative Souls too.
Thank you, and great shout outs there, and really do appreciate it there. And we just want to say thank you to all the viewers and listeners that are watching / listening to These Are Questions, whether you're watching on youtube.com for the video portion, on social media for various clips, or on my podcast feeds, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast. We appreciate you watching and listening to the show. Greatly appreciate the support. I don't really have to plug in much because I don't really plug in too much for the show. Only thing is that if you want to check out Darion's social medias, it's going to be all in the descriptions down below. If you want to check out my stuff, my products, my services, my videos, works, it's all in the descriptions. And other than that, I just want to say that you have been watching / listening to These Are Questions.
We need an echo on that questions part. Questions.
And in the back, you just hear dun 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 dun.
Yep.
Questions. Questions. These are questions. Boom 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 boom. Questions.
Yes. Good vibes.
Good vibes all the time on These Are Questions. I see there's no E, so I was like, is there a distinction for saying it, or that's just a plural of it?
It's just a thing. That nobody, I never told this story before, and I'll make it quick. One of my friends of the family / another bass player, my late brother used to call him Mr. Groovology. So I dubbed that name when I was like 17 or 18 from him. I kind of in the musician like knighting way.
Okay.
So I got dubbed that. That's why I've been calling myself that ever since. But yeah, Fred Irvin is his name. He's the original Mr. Groovology. So shout out to him too. This is the first time I ever told that story.
Oh wow, well, that's amazing. Well, thank you for sharing that for me. If you want to if you want to keep that, we'll keep that private. But if not, we could put it on the episode too. You know, it's kind of an homage to him.
We'll do a rock paper scissors.
Okay. Okay.
I'm cool with that.
Okay. All right. I know he said rock paper scissors. Now we got to do it before we start rolling. So here we go.
Yep.
All right. In 3, 2, 1.
Rock, paper, scissors,
shoot.
All right, redo. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Okay.
All right. 1,
rock,
2,
3,
shoot. This damn delay, man.
Can't do rock paper scissors on Zoom. It doesn't work.
We cannot. So we can leave it in there. It's a shout out. It's cool.
We'll keep it. We'll keep it at the end. We'll keep it.
Cool.
All right.